Devin and Shakur.
Right.
Because those two boxing phenoms, you know, if you're not on that level mentally, like you're not even gonna compete with those two dudes.
Right.
You know?
It's such an interesting thing because a lot of people don't know. You know, the general public, when someone gets to like an elite level, they need some high profile fight in order for people to realize. Because all the boxing fans realize, like Shakur's a great example. He's not really a household name, but he should be.
Shakur sees that. He's anticipating something to come. He knows he's going to explode in. So what does Shakur do? Teo takes a big step in, Shakur takes a big step back. You know, again, always understanding because he has great eyes, understands boxing very well and movements. And Shakur's going to step out of range and make Teo fall short.
So much confidence in his power that he doesn't give a he's giving away a couple
Yeah, he
rounds
definitely be giving away rounds, but you know, he just in his mind, he know it's a matter of time before I catch you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Joe Rogan and Terrence Crawford talk about the Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez fight and say Shakur is on a higher level. They explain that this fight is not only about skill, but also about smart planning and staying calm under pressure. Rogan praises Shakur's special defense, while Crawford highlights his sharp timing and accuracy. They agree this fight will show who is truly the best, since both fighters have great talent, intelligence, and heart.
But he should be. I mean, he's an elite fighter. He's so good. But he needs like a big, high-profile fight, like Gervonta did, you know, against
Nobody
Ryan
want to
Garcia.
fight him.
Right.
Nobody want to fight him.
Yeah.
And I see why. You know, I get it. But at the same time, you know, they're going to have to see him sooner or later. No matter what, no matter how far they go, they're going to have to see him sooner or later. So, you know, all these fighters, you know, he's calling out everybody. He's calling out the Pitbull. He's calling out Lomachenko.
Yeah.
He's calling out Devin. He's calling out, you know, Tank. He's calling out everybody.
Yeah.
And he want to fight everybody right now.
Right.
You know, and that's a dangerous man when you know how talented he is. And he's motivated. He's focused. He's stay in the gym. He's a gym rat. He loves boxing to the core. Like, yeah, that's a dangerous man right now because he got something on his mind that, you know, he wanna accomplish.
And he's still very young.
Yeah.
Very young and still getting better with every fight. Him versus Tank would be insane.
Yeah.
Tank is one of the most interesting fighters to watch because he's so different. His style is so different. You know, he's so economical. Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches and then starts to figure holes out. And the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he very explosive. He's very explosive. And, you know, man, he be cracking them dudes. Hey, he be putting them to sleep.
Joe Rogan praises Shakur Stevenson's special defense and overall fighting skills, calling them amazing. He explains that Shakur can read his opponents, see attacks coming, and control the space between them better than most fighters. Rogan says this smart defense and sharp technique help Shakur stay calm, avoid big mistakes, and take advantage of openings, making him one of the hardest fighters to beat today.
Best Philly shell since Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
His fucking defense was incredible.
Yeah. Defense, and he stayed, and that guy was putting the guy from Golden Boy, I can't remember his name, who he fought, but was just a good fighter and was really pressuring him. And Shakur stayed in the pocket.
Yeah.
He stayed in the
He
pocket.
also
Because
said
people
he's
were
not gonna
calling him a
fight that
runner
way
before.
anymore.
He's not a runner, yeah.
But he said after that fight, I'm not going to fight that way anymore. He said I took too many shots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he wanted to like put on a show and show everybody he's not just a runner. He could stand in the pocket.
Right.
Then he's like, why am I doing this? I'll box the shit out of these motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, he's a silver
get,
medalist,
too.
that guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Yeah.
elite. He's elite.
Yeah.
And just one of the best, like, as far as skill.
What do you think of Crawford Canelo?
Greg Hackett shares his view on Teofimo Lopez, talking about the mental and physical sides of his fighting style. He says Lopez believes a knockout is his main way to win, using his speed, power, and strong mindset to control fights. Hackett remembers Lopez's fight with Lomachenko and how his hunger and pressure made the champion more careful. But he explains that Lopez is not the same fighter today. Fame and high expectations have changed his approach. Even though Lopez has all the tools, Power, speed, footwork, and confidence, he does not always use them together. Sometimes he has speed without power or power without good timing. Hackett ends by saying that if Lopez can bring all his skills and focus together at the same time, he could beat Shakur Stevenson.
Teofimo Lopez, mentally.
For sure.
You know what I
For
mean?
sure. Tio talking about you feel like he can get him out of there in 9. Do you feel like that's the only opportunity that he could do to get the victory is by getting him out of there and not boxing Shakur?
I'm gonna tell you this. When Tio fought Lomachenko, right? I'm tell you what it was. His strength, his speed, and his mindset, that fight was why Lomachenko was so hesitant to throw. Tio could do the same thing to Shakur, but now it's a different day. He wasn't as famous as he is now as he was back then. He was more hungry.
Cool.
When he fought Lomachenko, he was hungry.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a while since he's been really hungry and been really wanting to win a fight. I think this fight could be that, but his mindset, his focus, his strength, and everything, he got to bring everything to the table, and he could beat Shakur because he has the ingredients. The problem is he can't put them together. They don't. Sometimes he show up with the speed without the power. Sometimes he show up with the power without the footwork. Sometimes he show up with the footwork without the mindset. You know what I'm saying? He be in pieces. If he bring everything to the table, he'll be cool.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's the leader of the new school when it comes down to those two guys?
No, the leader of the new school would be Abdullah Mason. The reason why, he's 21 years old. He's been pro for like 4 years. The rest of them dudes been pro almost 10 years.
Tim Bradley, a former world champion and boxing expert, breaks down the highly awaited fight between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. He starts by pointing out how different their fighting styles are and how those differences could shape the fight. Bradley says Lopez depends on fast, explosive movements that create big power in short bursts. His quick combinations and smooth switch between attack and defense make him dangerous and hard to predict, able to change a fight in seconds. This aggressive style has made Lopez known as one of the hardest punchers in his division. However, Bradley warns that this style also has risks, especially against a calm and highly skilled boxer like Stevenson. Stevenson is great at timing, defense, and accuracy, which makes it hard for Lopez to land clean shots. Bradley finishes by saying that while Lopez's power and speed are scary, Stevenson's patient and disciplined style could shut them down, turning the fight into a smart battle where timing and strategy decide the winner.
It's the feet. The feet is what gets you in position to be able to land those shots. A footwork is extremely important. When I look at both these guys, and I look at Shakur's footwork, I look at Tio's footwork, and what I noticed about Tio's footwork in particular is that in order to be able to throw with the amount of power that he has, I've noticed with Tio, there's always a subtle pause before he actually explodes. And Tio's a guy that likes to explode into contact, like to explode into his opponents, man, to land his offense. Fast, twitchy type muscles, fibers, he's extremely fast. Some may say that, his twitchiness kind of reminds him of like Roy Jones-esque type of, movements, how quick he's able to close that distance on his opposition. However, he's in there with a guy that is a master at controlling distance. That's like he's a master at literally, getting in his position, right, in the position where he wants to be and taking away your positioning. And with doing so, he takes away your feet, and that's why I think feet are going to be extremely important in this. If you can keep your opponent off balance, for instance, let me just give you an example. It's like Tio explodes. There's a subtlety before he explodes with his offense. And as soon as Shakur sees that, he's anticipating something to come. He knows he's going to explode in. So what does Shakur do? Tio takes a big step in. Shakur takes a big step back. Again, always understanding because he has great eyes. You know, great eyes, understands boxing very well and movements. And Shakur is going to step out of range and make Teo fall short.
Shakur Stevenson's trainer, Wally Moses, gives a strong warning to Teofimo Lopez about not underestimating Shakur. He says Shakur's mix of speed, smart defense, and ability to adjust makes him very hard to beat. Moses explains that no single style can stop Shakur because he can change his plan right away based on his opponent. He studies fighters closely and takes advantage of even small mistakes. Moses warns that Lopez cannot depend only on aggression or simple tactics and must be ready for a fast-changing fight. He adds that Shakur's skill, ring smarts, and calm under pressure make him unpredictable and dangerous. Moses ends by saying anyone facing Shakur must show full respect and focus, because he can turn a fight around in seconds and is one of the smartest boxers in the division today.
Shakur style prevails over every style in the world so far, Shakur wasn't just an amateur boxing champion, he was a world amateur boxing champion on more than one occasion. Also, he was the AIBA Fighter of the Year, making him the best boxer in the world in amateur boxing. So, Shakur is looking for those same things from Jay Quinn in terms of inside the professional ranking, but Shakur has been proven that he's been the number one boxer throughout his life. He was number one in every category that he boxed in, from a kid coming up. You know what I mean? Here in the U.S., he had eclipsed every boxer over like 1,000, almost close to 2,000 points in terms of his winning. So, it's not a thing that, people be talking about what has Shakur done. They know what Shakur done in his amateur rankings. And Shakur done everything that they never were capable of doing. So, it's only going to be a matter of time before he proves, this caliber of fighter that he is to the world.
Now, as far as the weight jump goes, what's that preparation like? That'll be his fourth weight class.
Well,
what do you look to? Do you look to add more muscle? What's the proper way of adding weight when jumping up?
Let me give you an example. All right, let's look at when Terrence fought Canelo, right?
Yeah.
Everybody talking about him walking up and moving up there. The weight was going to be a problem, but a lot of people don't know what these cats really walk around at. So, the weight factor being a problem.
Jermaine Ortiz, a pro boxer with lots of high-level experience, shares his view on the matchup. He talks about how Shakur Stevenson has grown and become more mature as a fighter through past fights. Ortiz says Shakur learned from earlier mistakes, like pushing too hard and taking unnecessary risks. Before, Shakur sometimes left himself open while trying to take control. Now, Ortiz believes he understands how important distance and timing are. This growth means Shakur will fight Lopez with more awareness, mixing smart offense with strong defense. Ortiz explains that Shakur's careful style is not fear, but a smart change meant to work best against a dangerous opponent.
Maybe a glimpse or two.
Why?
And one, Shakur said it himself after that fight that he wasn't going to fight like that again. And that's the main reason. He said he wasn't going to do it. And
Teo's cracking
going
like
up
that?
to 140, which isn't really, huh?
Is Teo cracking?
No, I don't think. I think he had more of a threat with Zepeda as a puncher and Teofimo. But he's going up a weight class. That's not naturally his weight class as well.
You think that'll play a factor?
No, that would play a factor in him not fighting in the pocket how he did with Zepeda.
Got you.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, because of the style, you feel like he's gonna be in and out, moving around, making sure that
in and out.
doing things that Teo don't like.
He got longer arms. I think he'll just keep him. He'll keep him at bay. Teo's a tricky fighter too, so not saying that he can't, slip in and catch him with a couple shots, but Shakur, I think he's gonna be defensively sound. He doesn't like getting hit, and I think he's gonna stick to that.
As far as Shakur is concerned, and Teo, when you look at the speed, when you look at the timing, who do you feel like has that edge when it comes down to that. It could be separate. It could be somebody got the speed and somebody else got the timing.
More than just strategy, Shakur Stevenson's strong work ethic and personal responsibility set him apart from many other boxers. He takes every workout and sparring session seriously, knowing small choices in training can change a fight. This responsibility includes mental focus, smart planning, and high fight IQ, not just physical strength. Shakur studies his performances, learns from wins and losses, and looks for ways to improve. By mixing this mindset with hard training, he comes into each fight ready to use smart game plans. His ability to adjust during a fight, handle surprises, and stay calm under pressure makes him stand out. This discipline, intelligence, and flexibility have earned him respect across boxing and show why he is seen as both a skilled fighter and a smart strategist today.
Lopez will rise to the occasion and be prepared for that fight. So I feel like Shakur has to keep that fight in the middle of the ring, use his counter ability. But if Teo's speed is a problem, I think Shakur is going to run into a lot of problems. But if Shakur is the faster fighter with the good reflexes to counter, he'll be fine, I think. But, you know, Teo says a lot of crazy things that, you know, a lot of us don't agree with. But at the end of the day, the dude can fight. His last performance, he showed him that his levels to this, right? Lopez is on a whole different, I'll say, category when it comes to boxing that Shakur's at. I think this is a great fight. I'm going to go ahead and give my prediction. If these two fight, it's going to be kind of like a Floyd versus Zab Judah-ish, or I'm going to say Zab Judah. I know Zab Judah is a different fighter than Lopez, but I think what's going to happen is going to become a chess match. Who can counter who? Lopez, I think, will get hit early and start respecting Shakur's power. I think Shakur will keep everything to the middle of the ring and be able to adjust with his movements, his counter ability, and his defense. Like, he's able to make those adjustments that are very similar to Floyd. So I'm going to go with Shakur on this one. But you cannot sleep on Lopez because he comes to fight. The fight that he shocked me was against Lomachenko. He came ready for war.
Adding to the breakdown, Zab Judah, a former world champion and boxing expert, says the fight between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez will be explosive. He describes it as a battle of skill versus skill, where power meets sharp technique. Judah says both fighters have great talent, strong motivation, and a deep desire to prove they are the best. He explains the fight will test more than strength and stamina. It will challenge their calmness, ability to adjust, and how well they follow their game plans. Judah adds that the mental side is just as important as speed or power because neither fighter will give up easily. He believes fans will see high-level boxing, smart strategy, and strong heart, making this matchup a great example of modern boxing at its best.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
It's two dog fighters. You got two dog fighters that's coming in there to solidify themselves as the game changer. Teo's not gonna lay down. Shakur is not gonna lay down. It's gonna be skill versus skill. Teo's a very talented, skillful fighter. Shakur is a very extremely talented, skillful fighter. And yes, we're gonna see a hell of a great chess match that night.
Yeah, I believe so. Now, I think in your earlier predictions, you felt like Shakur will be stopping Teo. Am I right?
Annihilation, decapitation. Is that what you're talking about? You going back to my comments? Yeah. I feel like Teo's a very dominant force, but I just think that the skills of Shakur Stevens is gonna overwhelm Teo.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned and see you next time.